Hi, this is Joe. Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at. I'm just giving a message today to help for um, based and every day I provide a message for those that are going through the awakening process, so that they may understand that they have people like me that have already went through it that are here to help, as well as they have you have spiritual team, divine itself, God, their universe, however you want to refer to it, as well as your guardian angels, spirit guides, all are here. They're all on your side, through the and by your side on this journey. And the journey is basically the awakening process, in which everyone, what do you call it? Which everyone that as a soul chose to do this is now in the process of doing it. And I went through the first wave, as I'm just obviously volunteered for the first wave, so I'll be able to help those and like you that are going through it later in later waves. And with that, you would be able to provide information and in real life experiences of which I went through. That, like I said, spared any. I wasn't spared any I would say any hardship or anything, or spared any I guess say leniency in the whole process, because it's like anything, you have to be able to walk and to talk. You have to be able to walk the talk or talk the walk. I don't know what the the thing is, but you got to be able to be able to relate and talk to the things that went on, and myself, as far as, I mean, the family, what do you call it, having emotions, built up emotions and blocked emotions for most of my life, that you find that over time things get worse because you don't talk about them and you don't express those feelings. So therefore, when you do get a chance, well, when you do have more and more responsibility, then it just adds up. And because the more pressure and just like anything, you feel and you feel a, a bag with what do you call it, anything, and you keep filling it. It's gonna go over, I mean, be overflowing, or too heavy, or too burdensome for anybody to handle. And that's what happens. And that's what happens, and that's what happened to me. You just get into the point where you just can't keep doing everything for everybody, and and you have to one, take time for yourself, relax, and meditate to get things, become present rather than just think about what you got to do. And two, to be able to lower your nervous system, so you're less stressed and less in fight or flight mode, so that you can really think about what things that really need to be done. And being present after you meditate 15-20 minutes a day, 3 times a day, then you can be present with your loved ones, and you learn how to, you actually become more, how do you say, pleasant and present with them, because you're not as stressed and you're able to control your emotions much better. So that is what one of the first major things and one of the tools that I use in meditation and breath work. Basically, that helps a lot. There's a lot of people or apps online for doing meditation, but I would highly suggest, if you could just to do it yourself, and like 5 seconds of breath. Breathing in, holding it for 5, and then 5 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds breathing out, and that will help you normalize your nervous system, and will help you to become, what do you call it, more shh, become more how you say it, more tranquil, more um, and much more mindful of what you're thinking too. Because when you do the meditation, everything that's coming up in your mind, good, bad, and or indifferent, comes up, and then you start, I could say, being aware of what you're thinking, and be aware of your emotions, because emotions come up. So the actual act of doing the meditations does that for you. And then once you realize emotions and um, the emotions and the traumas that come up, whether it's crying or whether it's how do you say it, whether it's your, what do you call it, frustrated, if you're or if you're mad, if you're, I mean, things, emotions will come up and you'll just release them, whether you have to yell or jump up and down, hit a pillow, whatever. And it's, those are the things that are needed to be released, and that's why they're coming up. And the more you meditate and do that work, the better it is, because then you don't, and that will reflect in your everyday experiences, because everybody is a mirror image of you. I'm a mirror image of you. You're a mirror image of me, and your family members as well. So the more healing, inner healing you do, the better off everything will be. Relationships with your colleagues, relationships with your boss, your neighbors, friends, family, kids, spouse, all that improves over time as you meditate. And like I said, it might sound simple just to meditate, but it isn't. It definitely requires. I mean, I was only able to do it for 5 minutes at the first, but after time, over time, I was a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so, I was able to get it to 15 to 20 minutes. So, and now even 20 to 30 minutes. So, it is, and actually something I look forward to, because I don't. Some people may, what do you call it, come home and and um, and maybe, what do you call it, use other, and maybe, what do you call it, maybe use other things, to like alcohol or whatever, to relax. And meditation in itself helps and will relax you considerably without having any chemicals to do so. So that is what I suggest to do, and just as a transition, whether you, before you do it, while you're driving home and go into a parking lot and park the car and do it, or whether you're going to do it, whether you have that time where you can just transition between work, like in the first thing in the morning, transition when you work, when you're getting out of work, and then in the evening before you go to bed, are the best times I see that I recommend you do it. So try it out. Let me know. Subscribe, like, and let me know what you think. And if you need some help, I can give you more tips. And have an awesome day. Love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.